Because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, this is the S&P yesterday. You can see we made a new high. It was an A, B, C, D pattern, as you can see. Then the market came down, rallied right to just about the exact 61% retracement, I believe. Oh, let's get rid of this one. Oh, this thing is a darn sin. Oh, you know what's wrong? I got this thing turned on. Hold on a second. I had the mouse being charged. Okay, now I can do it much easier. There's from your high right here. Went right up to the... Oh, there we go. We went up to the 50%. Then we had a small ABCD. Remember, it's 13-minute chart, so this is 2 hours. There's a little ABCD right there, and then down it came. Then from the high we made here, early in the morning, we rallied up, and we hit the 382 exactly right there at 27. Dropped 22 handles, went up and down, didn't take this low out. All the time the Dow's dropping 700 points. This didn't get back to the 382. My assumption is this little red dot here, once we start going below that, that's going to put extra pressure on the S&P, on the Dow Jones. But this could be, a pretty significant top that we're looking at in here today for reasons that are beyond my imagination, because I didn't think the market would ever get this high. Fortunately, we selected the Dow Jones because you want to sell the weakest and buy the strongest. And we're going to get to the strongest in just a minute, and that'll be the gold market. Let's get up here. There's a lot of talk about gold, especially from our good friends, Goldman Sachs. Now, here was what we were looking at today. Now, this is the smaller version. I want to get it up here on the 4-hour because here's what I was watching for today. Now, I was looking for the market to get up, make new highs. It certainly did. We did make a new high right here. But I was thinking it could get as high as 3,013. Goldman Sachs put out a report here, folks, on this day, when was it? 2 days ago, right here. They put a report out saying gold was going to go to between 3,000 and 3,150. Folks, the thing is trading roughly at, that's $200 away. That's not a forecast, for God's sake. Make it something ridiculous like 6,000 or 7,000. I mean, look at you got an ABCD pattern there at 3,005. You got another one, 1.618 at 3013, and the pullback today. We had a really big drop. We dropped from 72, dropped $32. My gosh, right at the harmonic number. Now, let's, for kicks and giggles, take this out. I haven't done this yet because I've been too many other things going on, and we're going to see how close that was to the exact 382 of the last low we had back here. And there it was, right there. Bada bing, bada boom. There ain't nothing bearish about this, folks. It looks like we're still heading higher. It really does. As long as we don't take this out. If we take this out, that's going to be a game changer. But right now, it's doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. Lots of swings in between here. Looking at this on a smaller time frame, there were all kinds of beautiful. There's another one here that I thought might, get to this level right here. This was over the last 2 days. This is from the, Wednesday and Thursday, that we might get to just as high as this, and that might be it. But I still think we could still, given this action right here, the fact that it stopped here tells us we still got a really good chance to get up to those higher levels. Now, this swing right here, which is going to be a valid one because it's such a big drop, that's over $40. Hit that right on the money. I hope we're close enough. Yeah, see, that's going to tell us again we're getting really back to this level here of 270. Shut the front door. And roughly 278 is what we're watching here. All right, let's get this out of the way, and we'll take a look at the mother of all markets, which is one of my all-time favorite, of course, here is the silver. This is a chart over the last, since early February. Now we've gone up, and we did make a new high. Let's put this on the daily so you can see it. We haven't come close to the new highs. Then we had a big break right in here, and what we're going to do now is just look at it on the 60-minute to see what the break looked like, and there it is right there. We made a high. What did it do today? It just backed off very, very quietly. Now let's do the same thing that we did with the gold. Let's see if that 382 was still telling us that it was in an uptrend. So if we just take these out, and all you want to do is, there's your last major correction. So you go back here to your last major drop, put it in right here, and look at that. Right on the money, honey. Today's low was 33.27, and it still had a little bit of a bounce. So this has still got game telling us we're probably going to go and take this high out. It's Friday in an up week. It's going to be really difficult for anybody to say, let's sell gold. I'm probably the only person in the world that thinks that could be a possibility, because all I'm doing is I'm looking at the open interest. And yesterday with that big move up and the new high ground, open interest dropped. That's not a good sign, folks. I know I'm an old timer, and the transportations don't mean anything and that stuff anymore, but I lived and died by that. I worked with Leo Malamed and Byron Tucker for 4 years on the floor of the exchange, 3.5 years, and I learned a lot. And boy, Leo really believed in the open interest concept, because that's a number of buyers and sellers coming in, because it's an auction market. If you don't have buyers, the market drops, and it goes up when there's short covering. But when that's over, look out. You'll know it if it's right. But right now it still looks like it's going to be going higher. Okay, now we're get back here to where we're looking at here on some of these other. Here was the one we had, which was my trade of the week, and it worked okay for a couple of days. That was remember we were buying the down here at 193.30. It rallied $800. That was your two profit projections. And then today, when it gapped down big, it was a big, big bad sign, because it shouldn't have gapped down. And that tells you went down and you matched that low again. So I'm going to be waiting on this. Consider this. I got out with a 1 point. When it gapped down, I had my stop right here at 430 to lock in $100 or $400, 470, and that's the way you want to do it when you're watching that. I know I put some on the videos. I put some trades out on wheat, but it missed it by a heartbeat. There's nothing else you can do about that, but I'll put it in here. You can see we were trying to sell it right here. We missed it by a penny, and that's made another 14, 15 cents, and it's still dropping. And even today, if you were watching it real closely, you had another 382 right here. You could have sold it right there on that 382. So keep those in mind. They actually, when they work pretty darn good. So those are the ones that we're looking at here so far. And then we want to get over here. I'm going to cover the foreign currencies in depth here when we come back from the break here, which will be, let's get the old clock on the wall up here so I can see where I am, and Al doesn't have to yell and scream at me. I've got some neat charts to show you from Martin Armstrong, and I think I showed them to you before, but I want to show them to you again because I think they're pretty important. And let's see what our time frame. We only got about 40 seconds. Let's see how Tesla's doing today. Let's get the Tesla is in a T, and then we'll be back at the break. And I spoke to Stan Harley today, and I will tell you what he had to say. He'll be on in a week or so. But here's our Tesla, and see if it is doing nothing, folks. It's down just a tiny bit, acting pretty good, actually. It's no big deal here. Let's take a little break here, and we get back from the break. We're going to go over some of these foreign currencies and the dollar index and see where we are with some of these things that we're looking at here. So stay tuned.
This year has already been a wild ride for the market. We started off heavily in the red, reversed back to all-time highs, and we now have a trade war looming. Trying to play this chop as an individual trader leads to death by 1,000 cuts. Where does this market go next? Should I add to this position or cut my losses? Where is the next opportunity? Tariffs, trade wars, analysis paralysis. Don't become a victim of this intense market. Instead, join Larry Pesavento over the second and fourth Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading. Larry has been through many markets just like this one, and the insight he provides is invaluable. The dates for this month are February 14th and 28th, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time. Get in here and let's start trading. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, I'm going to show you what I'm watching here. This is the S&P here. Just get it up here for this morning. You notice we hit that 382 off the high at 61.67. We tried it again. If we get below here, we start hearing this beeper go off. This Dow Jones is going to make that target of 43800. That's only 200 points away. It's already down 6. And we've seen it down more than that before. Going below 3,800 sets in some real serious problems. Now this is Thursday, so we got Friday coming in, and it's going to be a down week. Looks like, possibly. Well, it's still early, but if it's a down week, and these people are looking at their statements and stuff, especially the hedge fund guys and all these other smart dudes, and they say, well, this market's turned lower, then selling could come in, and then you could start to see. The market has shown no fear at all, folks, and that's the most amazing thing to me. I wanted to share with you one of the things that I believed I did this yesterday. I'm almost 100% sure, but this is from Martin Armstrong. He was looking for a high to come in here late July, and as you can see here, all different kinds. But he's looking for a market to come on into 2028 and then have a big run up into 2032. These are pretty good if you go back and look. This comes from the works of Samuel Benner. He was an Ohio farmer that developed some stuff that worked incredibly well through the 1800s and early 1900s. I don't know if I still saved any of that. Here's what I wanted to show you also. This is from the Super Traders Almanac, okay? Now, this is the what they call these astro points. These were the Pesavento index that Frank really liked, and he talked about it all the time in the Floor Traders Handbook. And what it is, it's a number of aspects that are at any point in time during the day. The problem is, folks, with all this computer stuff, this was 30-some years ago, they don't report it the same way, and I can't figure out how to separate it, to do it the old way, but it still worked. I still watch them, but it's really good. You can see something really happens. There's some pretty big turns on some of these things. So anyway, he liked it very much, and so that's one of the things that we wanted to be talking about. The other thing I wanted to mention was this. If you remember, my good friend Mr. Norbashar said that the target of the stock market would be November the 27th, plus or minus 5 days. The New York Stock Exchange Index topped on November 25th. So, and that has worked. Now, we haven't had any of a pullback yet. I mean, we're still way up in here. That's why if that does happen, it's going to be pretty exciting. And my opinion is this. This is what's going to cause it. Folks, the people are so heavily leveraged in the stock market. It goes off the chart up in here. This is as of November 2024. Hello, operator. We're February 2025. That's 3 months ago. It's still been going up. So if that thing ever does turn down and they try to exit, you can see what happened in 2000 and 2007. And here is COVID right here. So it could be interesting. That's all I say, interesting. And I'm going to leave it at that. All right, let's get back up here and talk about the U.S. dollar. Come up here. We'll get the U.S. dollar because that's where all the games are being played usually. There's the dollar. Now we're going to put it up here in the hourly. Should be backing off a bit. Oh, it's backing off more than a bit. Let's get on here. This is very interesting. So let's get this up here on the long-term weekly because this is what we want to be watching. And there we are. Look at this. Look where we are, boys and girls. 106.22. And there it is, 106.30. Raise your hand if you see something bearish about this chart. Hello, operator. I don't think so. We have 1, 2, 3 weeks down, 1, 2, 3 weeks down, sitting right at the 382. These are equal. AB equals CD. And what are we trying to do? Well, unfortunately, we are trying to do it. We are short the British pound. And look, the British pound keeps going up. I thought I was going to stop here. Now it's there. But we have to go with the ABCD, and that's where we're going to put it up here. We'll do it one more time. Your stop has to be above here, 127. Folks, you're only out $328 as of right now. So if you add another that, the total loss will be $600. But if it's right, then you're going to make a lot. Remember, we sold that thing way back here on the weekly chart. Let's get that up there. You'll see where we sold it. Right up there. That's where we sold it. 2347. We covered it down here at 21. Folks, that's 16 handles. And look where we are now. We're just coming back to that level. See, we're just a little above the 382 right now. Let's just draw it in again. Oh, my goodness. Let's just do this correctly here because maybe I got the wrong data. I don't think so. Let's try it here from right. Hold on. If I did that, I switched from weekly to daily. That'll do it. And the 382 comes in. Oh, my God, right now. So we're close, folks. Look at that. There's an AB. There's an ABCD right here. It's the longest rally we've had since September. It's been 2.5 months, 10 weeks. And there we are dancing right here. Your stop's got to be right there. I like it. Might not work, but I still like it. All right, let's get back up here to take a look at the rest of these markets. I want to go over some of these because our good friend Jim Bartolione is going to try to come on one of these days. He's got so many things going on. If you remember here, he was really bullish this on the weekly basis on the Canadian this market, and you can see it's had a really big move. And that's what we like to see when our friends do really good. Had a really strong rally in here. We should be getting close to a 382 of the whole thing right now. Draw that one in, and you can see we're almost a heartbeat away. That might also mean that U.S. dollar might getting ready to bounce a little bit. So let's go take a look at a couple of others along the way. Even the Canadian dollar, this was one that when the election came, boy, they've raised. Hold on, where is it? Something's happening to this one. This is not good. Oh, that's a Canadian Australian. What is that? I'm sorry, I hit the wrong button. That nobody trades. That's a mysterious cross rate. I want to get this one right here. The Canadian dollar is at the very bottom, I believe. There it is. There's a Canadian. We'll bring it up. And it's had a little bit. Oh, look where it's setting to. Here we are, right on the weekly too. This is why that U.S. dollar is important, folks. There we are. There's the 382 on this little puppy right here. Right there. There it is. That's coming off of this low right back here. So we got the Canadian dollar, the Australian dollar, the British pound. We'll look at the euro next. And then we'll next look at the Japanese yen, also the big one, okay? This broke 150 today, folks. People at Goldman Sachs or some one of those firms said they would never get below 150. Well, let's get this up here and see where we are now, because we are below 150. We are 149, and we gapped down to 149. Okay, there was our 786 right up here. Now we've dropped. That's a lot of money, folks, in here. Let's refresh these last few days. And there you can see we had the break here, had the 382 rally here just a couple days ago. All right, that tells us that we've got an ABCD coming down here in this Japanese yen, the dollar to the yen. That'll bring us into right there at 146, and it's got to hold that, because if it doesn't hold that, then you'll be looking at something that is going to be pretty dramatic. So that's pretty much what we're watching here with this. The key thing is we're hitting all these numbers here in the U.S. dollar index today, and it could fail easily. I mean, this thing could go wacko to the upside, just like they do stocks go up. Who knows? All right, we'll take a little break. 877-927-6648.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, excuse me. I wanted to bring this to your attention here. This is the euro. Now, remember, the dollar index has already made the 382 on the long-term weekly. Okay, long-term weekly 382. So we're going to look at this on the long-term weekly for this, and you can see here that comes in right about here. You see that? How close it is? I mean, we're almost there right now. So it's different. It's certainly different. So this is going to be real interesting where we stand with all this stuff going on right now. Whether it's related to the stock market, bond market, I don't know, but it's all fitting together. So let's take a look here at the old bondolis, and I'll get this up here to take a look at them here. We had a pretty big run up here. Let's get the 4 hour up so we can see the action, because we've had some pretty good action here after we had the low here. Remember, I was interested in buying this 382 retracement off of this. It lasted for about a heartbeat. Get up here, take a look at it right here. There it was right here, rallied 10 points and quickly was, a loss, and then down it came, stopped exactly at the 61% retracement. And now we've rallied up. What did we do? You're going to see this. We're making, this is a 135. This is not a bullish pattern for the bonds, folks, over since February. Okay, there was a high. Then the first retracement came back. We went right up to the old, a little between 618 and 786. And then on today's action, you go from the high right back here. You'll see there's where we are right now, almost at the 61% retracement. The $64 question that I'll be able to answer for you in 3 days, is this part of an A, B, C, D, or is this going to be a 1, 3, 5 pattern? What you have to do, folks, is you got to pays your money and takes your choice, because you don't know which ones are going to work. So if we just look at this on a short-term basis. Now, remember, this is February 7th. This was 3 days up. What we had, 4 to 5 days down, 3 days up. Now it's 6 days down. Now we're having a rally. Now this rally has taken 2 days, 19th and 20th. So far, it has come right up to the level right here. It's not giving you any indication. Fact is that almost the 618 was almost there. All right. So if we start getting above there, that'll tell us that if this is in fact supposed to be a 135 pattern, and that's what you're supposed to do, is draw it like this. That's what our good friends Roy and Bill Longstreet said. Watch it, because all they did is they knew that 135. All I showed them was, hey, these are bouncing off 786 and 618 all the time, and they said, please come try. Anyway, we became friends from that, and here I was, just a kid. I'm almost 80. It was 1988, and here I'm the guy that wrote the book. What is Secrets of a? I can't remember. He's the king of soybeans, Roy Longstreet, and here I got to go to visit him and be friends with he and his son. Lived a great life. He had 92. Bill lived to be. Bill's almost 90 himself. Anyway, there's where we. Gosh, I'm glad I'm not anywhere close to that number. Anyway, this is what it could be. You can see here we've had a rally here, one solid point, not very much, but this is it. It had a chance here to really go blowing to the upside, but it didn't, and that tells you that this is still bearish. Looking at this on the long-term weekly, this is not a bullish pattern as of yet, folks. We had the rally right back here, and there was a 618, but this is not doing too well. Let's just double check one other thing. I'm just looking at it for the first time here because I haven't looked at bonds much lately. Spent most of my time in currencies and stocks. And there you are today, folks. The weekly 382 on the whole thing was still there at 117. Remember, I think we pointed that out to you, and it was also the 61% retracement of that high right there. That was at that 117, came all the way down, and here's where we are right now. Treasury notes look almost exactly the same. We'll double check with those here. There's a possibility that bonds could be okay, because if there's a flight to quality, people moving from stocks to bonds, that would be interesting. So we'll get the TY here. Here's the TY. get the weekly up so we can see it together, and you'll see what that chart looks like. And there it's the same thing. It doesn't, it's not showing much difference here that we're looking at right here. Go from the high way back here. Let's just get this in here so I can draw it in perfectly here. There it goes. That doesn't draw right. Give me a second, folks. I got to clean some of this stuff up, other it won't work right. And you see, it didn't make a 382. The bonds did, but the Treasury notes didn't. But they look the same. Looking at the daily, they probably don't look any difference at all. No, they don't. Looking on the, go back and look at that 4 hour. They're looking exactly the same way, just like the same 135 pattern that we're seeing in the. Could go either way. You know, get above here, you're going to have an A, B, C, D. It's going to take you up to another high up in here very easily. You can see A, B, C, D. People ask me, why do you spend so much time with A, B, C, D? Well, I never found anything work any better. Unfortunately, it doesn't work all the time. But when it does work, it does usually work pretty good. So let's move on here. We have a question about some stocks, and we're going to cover those. First one today has been hit the last 2 days, which is Palantir. Now, that's not, you know, when the markets go straight up, when the only way up, the only way is down, with the exception of the S&P and the NASDAQ. Those are the ones that look. Now, this one's gotten hit pretty bad here. We had a big run up. You can see here, tremendous run up to the upside. Oh, look where it stopped. Exactly 1.618. My goodness, isn't that amazing? Let's just, yeah, there it is right there. There's your low right here. Let's just draw it. Well, maybe some of these things actually work. All right, get up. Oh, wow, I got to do something here. Really super important coming back. Stay with me, folks. See, it should have got to 124, and that's pretty much it. 124. Now it's backed off. All right, there's the low today. We've already rallied $6 off the low. So if we take a quick look at this, we'll go back to the last low back here and see if that 382 stopped it. Whoops, you got to get this out of the way here. I have really something important to cover tomorrow when we come back. Yeah, very, very important. Haven't looked at it since early this morning, but we have to look at natural gas again. Let's see how our little thing on the wall is going. Oh, we got a whole minute left. That's 2 lifetimes for Al. All right, let's take a look at Mr. Appel, see how he's doing here. I understand they're coming out with a $500 phone. You might get another $300, $400 lower, and it'll be right in my ballpark. Okay, here's Apple. Wow, it's doing really good in the down market. Oh, look at these bad ticks. God darn it. See, the way we do it here is we buy down in here and then we sell it up in here, with the exception that this happens to be a bad tick. So let's get to the 4 hour. You'd never know this was in a bear market, folks. Look at this. I mean, it's making new highs here. That's pretty good. All right, let's take a break. Stay tuned for natural gas.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, yesterday around the closing bell, we were sitting right here on the natural gas at 4.30, and I said, I'm going to sell it at that 1.618 number, and I'm going to put a $3 stop on it. Well, folks, the $3 stop was executed in a matter of 3 minutes because it went up $14 higher all the way up to 48 now. This is where I made a bad mistake. I just looked at this and I didn't look at the bigger picture, because if you looked at this on the longer term picture and did the daily, you're going to be seeing that the ABCD number measured to 437.80, 438. The high was 447. Now let's look what happened after that. I'm just going to do it on a small time frame because that's what I was looking at this morning. Come up here and take a look. Last night, there it was right there. There was your ABCD 382 pattern right there. Now, you can see that was around 1 o'clock in the morning my time, and unfortunately, I didn't see that. Had I been there, maybe I would have done it. I don't know. But that was a little ABCD. And then after that, the market came down. It didn't make any 382s at all here for quite a while. You can see it tried to make one there. It tried to make one there. It's trying to make one right now up in this area right here at 419. So that would be the first 382 retracement in this market. So watch that, because that should be a pretty good spot. Now, as you can see here in natural gas, this is really swinging stuff, folks. This is a $5,000 move, in a matter of, how many hours? 12 hours. That's not very much. And you can see here we made a beautiful ABCD pattern right here in the natural gas right on the low. Okay, there it is right there. Now what we want to do, we want to match 404 with something on the hourly chart that might tell us that maybe that's a good spot. So we're going to take a look at it right here. We know for sure that this was a major 382 because it took 4 days to make that. We've already calculated that. We showed you that one. That was already, let's do it again just so non-believers can see that we're actually trying to learn from this stuff. There was our 382 right here. There was a big move up now. Okay, here was the last major low. So let's see what the retracement was off of that major low. You come up, put it in, and it went below the 382, but not quite to the 50% level. So the key to watch now is to get back to that smaller time frame, and watch to see how it's going to react when it gets here to see that 382 retracement off of that big high, which was way back there at 446, okay? We're just going to draw it in. These are big swings. Great thing to trade, folks. Margin's only 2,800, okay? Boy, that's a beautiful bottom. Look at that. My goodness, shouldn't have been paying too much attention to that. That was well, can't look at them all. Anyway, this is where you want to be watching. I'll put this beeper on to see how it's going to handle. But I would have to take a gander at that at 420 because of the big move down. And that should be a major high. This shouldn't get any higher than that at 420. So that's one of the ones that we're watching. Two other stocks in the news. Let's get these up here. Palantir, Tesla. We've covered Apple. We have to cover I've heard the rumor of all rumors today, folks. This is Goldman Sachs. And as you can see, Goldman Sachs is not having many friends today. This is the daily. Let's look at it intraday. It's probably close to the low because I see that it's starting to move down. It rallies very little here. That's why the Dow Jones looks so weak. And if that S&P takes out those lows at par, at 60 below 6,100, then that is going to really, I would think, accelerate to the downside. But this is what the rumor was, that Goldman Sachs was responsible for putting the gold into Fort Knox, and that there was no gold in there. Now, I mean, this is how extreme it's getting out there, folks. There might not be any stuff in there. It has nothing to do with Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs has been around a long time, but believe me, they had nothing to do with the gold market, putting gold in there back in the 30s and 40s. I can promise you that. Well, I can't promise anything, but that's my anticipation of what may or may not happen. Looking at this on the long-term daily again, let's see how quickly these turns. Well, this had a nice. Let's get rid of this. It had a nice little pattern if you follow these things here. You can always find patterns, I guess, but this is what we're looking. There's, you have a 3-drive pattern. There's drive 1 right here. Okay, there's drive 2, and there's drive 3. Let's just blow this up. And if you'd have seen this yesterday, that would have been a pretty big move from 67. That's $30-some. There's your A, B, C, D. There's your one. How many days up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty good. So now we're heading down. Where's it going to go to? Heaven knows Mr. Allison, and he's not saying anything. So that's what we're watching here with the Goldman Sachs. And then also we had one other one to cover, and that is the transportation index, to see what it's doing. It's holding up incredibly well, considering what's happening in the rest of the market. It's down today, but you can see here, this is Dow Jones Transports telling you that the business is still good. This was our high back in November. We had the first move up here. We matched the high here. Didn't go any higher than that. Now we're down just a little bit. So it's not giving you any indication, other than what Richard Russell said. If these are not running together, it's not a bull market. And they are running together, because the Dow Jones looks pretty much like this, because it made a 61% retracement. The transportations made a 786. So those are some of the ones that I'm paying attention to. And we have two others to handle, and then we'll be, I think, ready for our break. Let's get up here. Meta, did it have a down day? Oh, my God, it did. They're going to delist it. Holy cow. Look at these folks. I think this set an all-time record, 19 straight. Now, see, this is where I have trouble. They said it was 19 straight higher closes in a row here. Well, let's count it. 1, 2, 3. This didn't do it. See, so you'd have to break the sequence. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. See, that's not right, because it wasn't higher 19 days in a row. It had a couple of down days in between. And I can't challenge these people, because the way I count is totally different than the way they count. So I'm not going to worry about that. But that's not right. Jesse Livermore, and listen, 21 was my best friend for 50 years, from 65 to when he passed away this year. Wow, it was last year. Oh, my God, 1 year already. He was a meticulous guy about data. Man, if it was off by a penny, he went to find out where that penny was. So he really knew data. And so we calculated all those things, and it was pretty important to pay attention to. Okay, now let's get this out of the way, and See what else I have to do here. We've got a break coming up here on the clock on the wall. Let's see what Dow's telling me here. And then we'll go from there. Hold on a second. I probably got another 41 seconds. It's not going to be much to do anything, but let's bring it up here. And I'll do one more stock in here, Microsoft. This has been under pressure for quite some time. Oh, it's having a break today. See, we had it just made an ABCD here yesterday. Yeah, sure did, right here. Hey, let's stay tuned here. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, this is the NASDAQ. Remember, the Dow has already almost taken out these lows. We haven't done that in the NASDAQ. And we had lower highs in here, the 18th, 19th, and 20th, all lower highs. The rally back this morning from the high down to the low was exactly 382. We've been here for 4 hours without going above it. Haven't gone below it, but haven't gone above it. And if we look at the low that we made way back here on the 12th of February, you'll see that all we came to, yes, sir, you're going to be surprised, I bet, a little below the 382. 382 was right there, and it went 60 points below it, and then immediately snapped back above it, and now that's where the game's being played. Getting back below here now would be pretty negative, because that means you have an A, B, C, D move to the downside, which would take you down into this level right here. From my perspective, reading tape, this is where the game is being played right now in the S&P. Okay, there's your same type of thing. There was your high. There's your lower high. There's your 382 off of the high right back here. We haven't been above it, but we've had lower tops. When we get below here, this is going to put added pressure on the Dow Jones. And that's when you'll probably see the Dow drop down another several hundred points, to the downside. Now, I have to tell the folks what my game plan is going to be on this, and I want to get this up here to try to explain to you folks if I have a second. Let's just look at this on the weekly, okay, just for kicks and giggles. This is where we are on the weekly, folks. This could be a major move here. I mean, this is nothing. Look where we are. We're down, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, and where we do? We're setting it, this is probably going to be right at the old... There's your number right there. There's just about your 382, just a little bit lower, about a point lower. Takes you down there. Your 382 is right on here of, not 382, but the ABCD measures to that level right here. So you have to decide how you're going to do it. Folks, I'm going to put my stop there and go with the gods and see what they tell us. Live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless. And we'll see you on the flip side tomorrow. And have a great weekend.